everybody. Welcome back to another episode of CoinLogic TV, where we are looking logically at crypto assets. I am your host, the Logical Dude, your favorite van life living crypto investing digital nomad. I hope you guys are having a great day today. I am blessed and grateful to have two awesome guests with me today. I have Kaitlin from AcreNFT, which is an NFT project built on the Stargaze blockchain in the Cosmos ecosystem. And then I've got Brandon from Ogallala Life. I hope I said that okay. Anyway, it's a little bit of a tongue twister, but they have a really awesome project that they're going to be talking about today.
A lot of L's.
A lot of L's in it, exactly. And I'm a Southern boy, so I murder everything anyway, so that's just kind of how that is. So, that was actually what I wanted to get you guys on about. Was I jumped on and I bought an AcreNFT on the the first day that we were able to mint on the Stargaze blockchain. So that was fun. I was glad to be able to support one of another eco-friendly project. I am also kind of the marketing director, director of outreach for Infinity. We're actually getting ready to brand over into carbonZERO. We're a node operator. And we've got several nodes that we've got running. And we're also partnered up with AcreNFT doing a giveaway, a one-to-one giveaway, and some stars. So you can go and find that on Twitter. I will put the link in the description below. So we're really excited to be partnered up with them. And I wanted to get you guys on to talk about your project. I really like what you have going on. So, Kaitlin, what was kind of the inspiration to bring this all together with AcreNFT?
Gosh, I guess it starts with the problem of the Ogallala aquifer's depletion, So, kind of all connected with, I heard about the Ogallala issue, that we're running out of our groundwater. And I guess being a mother, I definitely have like a invested interest in, the future of our groundwater. I would like my daughter to be able to eat and her daughters to be able to eat and have, sustainable agriculture and clean water, that stuff. And, I would hate to see the land run dry, but I guess it was just that. It was like figuring out what I could do to contribute to the problem, solutions to the problem. I have a background in art, so I was like, well, let's see how, I could use that. So NFTs have been obviously on the rise. So I was like, well, I have no idea what I'm doing, but let's do it. So I just dove right into that and worked directly with Ogallala Life to come up with the design and everything like that for AcreNFT. And you can kind of think of it as like a token, little trophy receipt that you get like when you mint one of the Acre NFT is one of the little blocks that you get as this is a donation. It's not just an NFT for your collection, although it is that as well. It's a token of like, this is what the life that is being sustained. You get on your NFT, you get different life forms, different plants, you have different microbes and critters on there, all of which depend on groundwater and the security of it. So, you get to, it's like a little reminder when you see it. It's like my donation went to, the protecting the future of life in the area that depends on the Ogallala aquifer. So that was definitely the inspiration and the cause behind AcreNFT, which, by the way, since we've been on this call, is officially sold out.
Hey.
Hey, there we go.
So thank you to everybody who is listening in, and thank you to you, Adam, who purchased the NFT. All of these from Acre are going to Ogallala Life, whose sole mission is efforts to recharge the aquifer. So
I love it. I love it. I'm glad I was able to be able to grab one of those on the early, on the first day, So, but yeah, no. What I loved about the designs was what it was kind of like an educational little thing. It showed you all the little different layers and the different little critters, like you said, and you had different trees and stuff like that were on there. So I really enjoyed that, and that was when I started kind of researching into what the project was about and had to get you guys on board with that. So that's really really cool. Real quick, a little, blockchain question. What made you choose the Stargaze blockchain out of anything that's out
Oh,
there?
well, so Stargaze was really cool and it really appealed to us for a myriad of reasons. We liked that it was its own, sovereign blockchain. It was new, it was different. What they did, how they rolled it out, the structure of everything was really smart, in my opinion. Stargaze is also carbon neutral, so obviously it was eco-friendly. That was something that was really important to us. Obviously, we couldn't have a eco NFT launching on a, not eco-friendly. I don't even know what that word would be.
Yeah,
Non-eco-friendly blockchain. Um, so yeah, overall, it was really exciting to us too to be able to be a part of a Genesis mint. Just as new as we were, we loved also getting on board with something else that was new and up and coming as well. It
yeah,
felt like a group effort, I guess, when it came to that. Stargaze is community. It is community what would you call that? Led, driven.
yeah.
They make a lot of, yeah, community decisions, in their Discord. There's polls and the community gets to decide. So we were actually blessed enough to that other people voted us in to be a part of the Genesis launch. We went through 2 rounds of voting. And so the people in the community actually chose AcreNFT as one of those Genesis Mint projects. So it was really nice to see other people believe in our cause as well. We were the only nonprofit NFT collection that launched and will continue to be a nonprofit NFT collection, as Acre is behind other NFT drops, launches. Like currently we're working on Refi Punks. So that'll be another one, all of which are another nonprofit. All of proceeds are going to different regen refi projects.
I
So
like that. Okay. Yeah. We're trying to get on with the region network as well. So if that, yeah, that's what I do like. And that was one thing that really brought me into the whole Cosmos space too, was the eco-friendly push to everything. And so when I got
right,
brought
right.
into Infinity or carbonZERO, that was one of the things that they were really kind of shifting towards, because their first, thing was like, okay, let's try to get followers based on just giveaways. Well, that just became very empty, and like half the Twitter followers are bots and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, how
Yeah.
do you gauge it? But then we took a shift into that whole eco focus, and we actually, I think it's 8% of our comms go to ecology, which we're actually planting. We've planted over 1,500 trees so far in a forest out in New York. Um,
It's
so
amazing.
yeah, so we're all about the eco-friendly project. So I'm glad we were able to, get involved with you guys on that. So Brandon, we
Yeah.
haven't heard from you yet. So let's talk about the aquifers. And like you were telling me before, what people don't realize is 80% of the population in the United States really depend on this.
Yeah, yeah, and really, I'll make a statement right there. It's not exactly 80% of the United States. It's
Oh, okay,
80% within the limits
my
of
bad.
the Ogallala Aquifer. But man, the Ogallala
It's
Aquifer
big.
is massive.
Yeah.
It covers 8 different states here in the country. So you're talking millions and millions of people. So absolutely, and yeah, I just want to say thank you for the introduction, Adam, and well said, Katie. Yeah, kind of. I'll give you guys a brief rundown of Ogallala Life. We're a nonprofit that's starting up, and our simple goal is just to use modern techniques and Web3 technology to make a difference in the world. Katie kind of alluded to a lot of what I'm going to say, but we're working with people and different projects and trying to raise money to directly help the issue of water scarcity. Katie said she wants to take care of her children. She wants to make sure her kids are fed. The problem with the Ogallala Aquifer is people just keep pumping it out of the ground, and they don't understand the negative consequences that it has. A few weeks ago, we took a trip out to West Texas in the Panhandle, and man, we can look at aerial photographs from just 30, 40 years ago, and you can see lakes and rivers and stream beds that are now just completely eroded away and barren.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. I was just filming a video in one of these old stream beds, that even 15 years ago had water in it. So people aren't understanding the implications of what they're doing. So we want to educate people, but we also want to directly help the effort. So we are just working with AcreNFT. Like Katie said, what an amazing thing they're doing. All of their proceeds have been directly affecting us. And that's something that you have a hard time finding with just people today. People are money hungry, but the fact that they're just willing to provide this effort is truly a remarkable statement, to just the project's character. So I just wanted to say thank you, Katie, again. Yeah, so that's just kind of a quick overview. I hope I answered your questions. So if you have any more, fire them away.
Yeah, no, I just, I guess I misconstrued the whole 80%, but yeah, no, that was
That's all good.
The aquifer. Yeah, when I was looking at the maps and everything on the website, the aquifer is massive. It basically takes up like the entire like middle part of the United States. Yep. And like it's like what you were saying. We're even seeing that out here on the West Coast. I'm in Oregon now, and like even with the amount of rains and stuff that we get, we haven't been getting enough in the last couple of years, and with people just still pumping water out from the rivers and ground streams and everywhere else, it's what people don't understand is what primary water is and where primary water comes from, and when you deplete that, it's like where are we going to be drinking from?
What are we going to do now?
Do you guys know how to desalinate the oceans and then kill it with all the salt that you're putting back into it? Yeah,
oh no,
we got to think about this. I lived some time in the Florida Keys, so I learned about desalinization and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But there's a whole catch-22 with that as well, because you're putting all the salt brine back into there and you're killing the ecosystems that are in the ocean. So it's like, what are we doing? So yeah, people definitely need this education. I'm glad I'm able to, use, my little platform that I've got going here to
absolutely
bring some focus to this, because one thing that people do forget, and that's one reason that we were making our shift, is because it's empty giveaways instead of giving stuff away to people, because crypto is all about, Web3, we're all about that number go up kind of thing, know. Well, we forget about the other numbers going down, which is going, like, our ecosystems and stuff like that. And if we don't give back to these causes, where's the money going to eventually come from? I like what Regen's doing. We're really I'm going to be trying to get in contact with them as well. And so, to get behind them. But, this is also giving me ideas, of how to use, like other blockchains and using DAOs and DeFi, to be able to create funds for things like this, using crowdfunding smart contracts and stuff like that. So you're giving me a lot of inspiration here, guys. This is good stuff.
Well,
awesome.
We're in this great, new age, I guess, where things now, I've kind of talked about this before elsewhere, but like we have so much more opportunity today than before for environmentalism that we didn't have any idea would even be possible 10 years ago. So it's even longer than that, 5 years ago, 3, before people really started to kind of get on and utilize, like, think outside the box, like, how can we use this for environmental purposes? And so I think that's one of the ideas behind AcreNFT as well, is that my favorite thing to say is, like, we're really trying to change what it means to be an environmentalist and show people that you can have a direct impact just by buying art, because each purchase is direct donation that's going to have direct impact from the environment. So the excuses that limited other people, even limited myself in the past from really caring about that environment, kind of go away. You can do something for your environment. I mean, a lot of people already are switching away from one-time use plastics, doing their part to try to recycle all of that stuff.
A metal bottle here.
Same, yep. So doing little things like that at the end of the day, people's time is very, very precious, and I think that people's money is very, very precious. You're seeing so much instability, a bunch of different places, and so to be able to be like, here is a solution, you can help your environment directly, get a token for your efforts, and then see that efforts. Something that I would love to see personally from Ogallala and from other places that AcreNFT proceeds go to is kind of almost like some way like on the Discord community to check back in with people who have purchased the NFTs to kind of be like, look, this is what we're doing. Definitely updates from Ogallala, updates from any of their project that Refi Punks benefits, just updates like, hey, NFT buyers, like this is what you did, so thank you. And another big thank you to Brandon and to the team at Ogallala Life for partnering with us and seeing the bigger scope of things as well, and taking their time and energy into environmental causes. And hopefully a lot more people kind of jump on this train of bridging crypto with environmentalism and figuring out how to make all of that work.
We're a new breed. I'm an elder millennial. Okay, so I am turning 40 in a couple of months. So, but yeah, I'm considered that elder millennial. But yeah, a lot of our generation, and even like my kid, I got a 22-year-old and a 17-year-old. So even like my kid's generation, a lot of them don't take the environment into account. And it's like, I go and I talk to some of my, kids' friends or something. My kids are, they've been through it. They know about stuff, But I talk to some kids, it's like, do you know where your food comes from? Like the store? It's like, how it gets to the store?
Nice.
Trucks. Well, do you know how it gets to a truck? There's all this like stuff you got to take into account, here. And, I've even been getting into a personal journey about like just natural plant identification, because it may come to that point that we have to go back into the woods.
Right.
Hey, and country boys can survive, so I'll go out in the woods and find some plants I can eat and, whatever. But then again, that also depends on the water that's coming from the ground to feed those plants. So, Brandon, what are some things other than buying awesome NFTs and investing in crypto? What are some things that just anybody can do to help these kind of causes, help replenish groundwater or, this kind of thing? What are some things we can do here?
At Ogallala Life, man, we are all about this one simple principle: utilizing surface runoff. And that can look like many different things. And really, it's as simple as utilizing what's falling from the sky as opposed to what's below your feet. Anyone can look it up, but there are a plethora of just rainwater harvesting techniques you could do. And you could do them as cheap as inexpensive or as affordable as you. But the premise is just simple: is use the water that's precipitating,
Just be
and
careful
that's
in
my biggest
states where
answer
it's
to
illegal.
Yeah,
that's an absolutely good point too. Another thing, if everyone just from a donor protocol, and that's something that is absolutely amazing. Can you hear me though? Am I cutting out? I'm sorry.
I think we lost you, Jay, for just a second.
Oh shoot. Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'm not sure how far back you heard, but if someone just listening to this wants to know how they can help, one of the best things you could do is we have an endowment, a direct charity endowment through Angel Protocol. And Angel Protocol is so amazing. The people on their development team are so great. And basically, all Angel Protocol is just this perpetual fundraising that you can give an organization. You can directly donate UST right to our wallet, and you can be guaranteed that every single dollar that is spent is going right towards techniques and utilize rainwater harvesting techniques.
Excellent. That's awesome. Well,
I think that if I just chime in real
yeah,
quick, sorry,
yeah.
an idea of another thing that to piggyback off of what Brandon had said, another thing that I think for the normal lay person, what they can do to help with the Ogalalla, I think a lot of it stems in just education, because I had no idea there was even a problem.
Yeah.
And so like getting educated on the topic, getting educated, like you had said, Adam, about like where does your food come from? What does water play a part in? School. And I think that there's a little bit of a misinformation you just get like drilled into your head that water renewable resource, and some like, well, yes, it is also, there's like in the case of the Ogallala, things are just depleting a lot faster than they are replenishing, and that's going to have like really dire consequences. So the education is definitely one thing that I think people can do, and even voting. Like when you go to the polls and you go to vote, voting for people, like check if you're going to vote for someone, maybe check what their stance is on, the environment and their background on what they've done for water conservation efforts.
Yeah. And Brandon, I think where we kind of lost you is we were talking about, like there's some areas that it's actually illegal to, harvest rainwater and stuff like that. And that was where I think we kind of started breaking up there. But so people, have to check your local laws and be safe, no legal financial advice, but it's water, guys. Come on, And that's where voting comes into play.
Yeah.
That's where voting comes into play.
I think it's Texas and Ohio. Right, that are illegal.
I can't remember. I know there was some place. I think that a lot of it's kind of been overturned. I think now it's more or less a like a solar panel thing in some states. So, but I know it is still illegal in some states. But check your local laws if you're gonna put up barrels and stuff by your house or whatever. But that's that's not a bad way. Put barrels up in your house. Catch that stuff. And that's, people don't think about that, and it's become this whole like one use, generation that we've all gotten accustomed to, and it's all about the education. So that's a great point, guys, and that's definitely something that we're wanting to do here at CoinLogic and carbonZERO, is to help educate people on our world and our planet, because I know myself, hey, I'm a van life living guy. Right now, because I need internet, I'm not by a river. But normally I like going and hanging out by rivers and out in nature and stuff. That's where I find my inspiration. That's where I make a lot of content and that kind of thing. So it's, we gotta protect that, and people have to, and that's one thing that they've kept us for the last 2 years, in our little houses, and let us forget about what outside's life. It's beautiful outside, and we gotta protect it. So I want to say thank you both for everything that you guys are doing for the planet, for our little ecosystems, trying to help spread some education, spread some wealth, because hey, NFTs get flipped, that'll help somebody down the line. But more importantly, the proceeds from the purchase of these mints have gone to Ogallala Life and is helping to recharge the groundwater there. So we're going to continue to follow you guys for all the other projects that you're wanting to do. And
awesome.
I will keep in contact, because seriously, I got some ideas, and I'm partnered up with a DAO team. It's all EVM based. It's not necessarily Cosmos based. I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to blockchain, but I use whatever tools I have available. But hey, man, we can talk about a DAO situation and crowdfunding and that kind of thing as well, so we can get that set up pretty easily. But I want to thank both of you for coming on today, and hey, actually, like I told you guys before, it was my first interview. I felt like it went pretty well. So thank you guys for being my guinea pigs on that. So everybody, I'm going to be putting links in the description below for both of these causes, AcreNFT and Ogallala Life. Go get educated on some groundwater action. Go get educated about what you can do in your environment.
Man. Awesome.
Y'all have a great day.
For this.
No problem, guys.